welcome to Melbourne's bustling Southern Cross railway station, which is located in the west end of Melbourne, adjacent to the Docklands precinct. Southern Cross is one of the busiest railway stations in Australia, second busiest in Melbourne. They're very much the home of regional Victorian V-line train services and also interstate services such as overland to Adelaide and also the XPT service up to Sydney. Anyway, without further ado, it's going to be an exciting day today. We're going to take a regional trip out on a V-line VLocity service train all the way to the regional city of Bendigo. Bendigo is a historic gold mining city. It's the fourth biggest city in Victoria with a population of around 125,000 people. It's going to be about 1 hour and 50-minute journey today, or about 150 kilometres northwest of Melbourne. So without further ado, you can just get on this service with your Myki card. It's only $10.16 to get there, and the service leaves nearly every hour. So without further ado, let's do this and come to Bendigo with me for the day. Should be a fun one.
For your information, just a little bit of information about today's journey before you head on to the train. So the V-Line Bendigo railway service is currently the third busiest V-Line regional rail service in Victoria, just behind that of the Ballarat and Geelong lines. Currently, the yearly patronage on this line is 1.19 million passengers. It's approximately a 2-hour journey, or just shy of that, to Bendigo. The line actually continues on to Eagle Hawk, so the total distance on this line is 172.1 kilometres. As you can see from the official timetable for the train service here, very much a classic example of a V-Line intercity commuter service, the Bendigo train line. Basically, during the weekday, during peak, basically departures every half an hour. That extends to every hour during off-peak on weekdays and also on weekends and public holidays. Some of the main stops on this line include, but not limited to, Footscray, Gisborne, Macedon, Castlemaine, Kangaroo Flat and Bendigo. You'll notice the train also continues on to Eagle Hawk and occasionally even to Epsom. These are just northern suburbs of Bendigo. For information, Melbourne's bustling Southern Cross railway station is actually the second busiest railway station in the whole of Melbourne. Lags just behind that of Flinders Street railway station. You'll find it on the western fringe of Melbourne's central business district, adjacent to Melbourne's Docklands precinct. It's essentially on Spencer Street between Collins and Latrobe Street. So Southern Cross really is a massive railway station here in Melbourne. Has 16 platforms servicing 22 tracks. Very much a home to regional and interstate train travel out of Melbourne. Also is a very big metropolitan station as well. Services 15 metro lines in addition to 12 regional V-Line lines. You also got the Southern XPT line that goes up to Sydney. You also got the overland that goes over to Adelaide. Actually done a review on that on the channel, so definitely don't forget to check out that. Immediately prior to the pandemic, the passenger figures are quite staggering for this train service. Passenger movements actually peaked around about 19.5 million metro movements per year and 6.3 million V-Line movements every year. For your information, as we head down to platform 15 where our VLocity class train awaits us, just to be information, since 31st of March 2023, public transportation in Victoria regionally has significantly decreased in price, now capped at the same $10.60 as it would for travel around Melbourne itself. So it's going to cost just that to travel all the way to Bendigo and back today, or indeed on any other V-Line services. Travel as much as you like within the same day, that's all it's going to cost. To board this train, all you need is a Myki card, or you can purchase a cash ticket. For your information, today we're travelling on a V-Line VLocity train, very much the flagship in V-Line's fleet. It's actually a diesel multiple unit 3-set rail car. They also have the Sprinter class diesel rail classes, and they also have trains that are hauled by N class and H class diesel locomotives. These trains first began production in Dandenong, Victoria in 2003 and first entered service in 2005. They're the fastest trains in V-Line's fleet. They can theoretically reach a top speed of 160 kilometres. There's currently 112 free car sets in service. They also operate on broad gauge and standard gauge depending on the route and the particular train in question. Now that we're leaving Melbourne Southern Cross Railway Station right on time, just after 11 o'clock in the morning, let's now go over the seating available on today's V-Line VLocity service. So standard V-Line VLocity train across a free car carriage configuration has a total of 222 seats plus an additional 6 wheelchair accessible spaces. You'll notice the seating on board is both a mixture of forward and backward facing seats. Some also have fold back tray tables while others don't. The seat I'm in today does not have a fold back tray table. Legroom is fairly generous, fairly reasonable seating overall. Nothing mind blowing, but more than adequate for the usual short 1, 2, 3 hour journeys that most V-Line journeys are. For your convenience on board, there's also luggage rack facilities available at the end of each carriage. Each carriage also has toilet facilities at the end of each carriage. Thankfully, some of them are also wheelchair accessible. Another nice feature of the VLocity train is that it also has self-service water fountains in each carriage as well. So that's a really cool little feature. That being said, however, this very much is an intercity commuter train, so there isn't really any onboard food and beverage service or cafe or anything like that, and certainly no entertainment. Wi-Fi is not available on board, and mobile phone reception is generally okay, at least for what I have with Telstra. Relying on mobile data doesn't always work, definitely drops out a little bit throughout the journey. There didn't appear to be any USB charging ports or power plugs on the train as well, at least in the vicinity of where I was sitting. Not saying they aren't available on the train, but I certainly didn't see any. So it might be wise to bring a power bank with you if you're prone to losing charge quickly on your devices. Now that we're already passed through the major inner city suburb of Footscray, shortly we're going to be arriving and passing through the major Melbourne satellite suburb of Sunbury. That's located approximately 38 kilometres northwest of Melbourne city centre. After that, we're then going to be leaving the Melbourne metropolitan area behind and entering the Loddon Malle region of Victoria, which is otherwise often known as the Goldfields region of Victoria. So scenery is really going to start changing here. We're going to be swapping out the major city landscape, all for the beautiful rolling plains of Victoria. And just like that, welcome to the satellite suburb of Sunbury. The railway station here first opened in 1859. That's the terminus of the suburban electrified Sunbury line here, servicing the outskirts of Melbourne, Victoria. Now that we're leaving Sunbury railway station, it really looks like we're leaving metropolitan Melbourne railway services behind here. From here, it's now going to be approximately 10 kilometres to our next station in the small little town of Clarkefield. And just like that, welcome to the small little town of Clarkefield, which has a population of shy over 300 people. It's located partly within the Shire of Hume and the Shire of Macedon. Clarkefield railway station is also quite historic. It was first opened back in 1862. Next up here from Clarkefield, we have the considerably larger town of Riddells, which is approximately 9 kilometres away from here. We're now approaching Riddells, which is a significantly larger town here in Victoria. It has a population of around 3,500 people, so certainly bigger than Clarkefield that we've just been through. It's located in the Shire of Macedon Ranges. Riddells railway station was first opened in 1861, so another historic railway station. It's located approximately 57 kilometres from Southern Cross railway station.
Service now arriving to Riddells this stop.
Next station from here at Riddells will be Gisborne, which is a considerably larger town again. It's located approximately 7 kilometres up the track from here at Riddells. And just like that, welcome to the largest town in the Macedon Shire Ranges. We're approaching Gisborne now. Gisborne has a population of around 14,400 people. You'll find Gisborne railway station was also first opened in 1861, so another historic railway station indeed. It's located approximately 64 kilometres from where we started at Southern Cross today.
Attention ladies and gentlemen, service now arriving Gisborne this stop.
Next up, only a short little while away from here at Gisborne, we have the lovely town of Macedon. Now we're arriving in the lovely little town of Macedon, which is located at the foot of Mount Macedon in the Macedon Ranges. Population here is around 2,800 people. Macedon railway station was also first opened in 1861. From here at Macedon, we're now approximately 70 kilometres from where we started today's journey back at Melbourne Southern Cross railway station. Next up, after Macedon, we got the small little town of Loddon, which is approximately 8 kilometres up the track from here. And just like that, we're now approaching the halfway point of our journey today between Melbourne and Bendigo. We're also approaching the small little town of Loddon, which has a population of approximately 6,700 people. Loddon railway station was also, like much of the rest of this line, opened back in 1861. From here at Loddon, we're now approximately 80 kilometres away from Melbourne Southern Cross. From here onwards, it's another 14 kilometres or so to the town of Kyneton. And just like that, welcome to the small town of Kyneton. Kyneton has a population of around 7,500 people. It's located in the Macedon Ranges region of West Central Victoria. Like most of the railway stations here on the Bendigo line, it was also opened in 1861, so another very historic railway station indeed. So we're now just shy of 94 kilometres from Southern Cross railway station. Our next stop will be at Malmsbury, which is another 10 kilometres or so away from here. So welcome to the tiny little town of Malmsbury. Has a population of just over 1,100 people, also located in the Shire of Macedon Ranges. Like with most of the railway stations here on the line, it wasn't actually opened in 1861, but it was close enough to that. It was opened in 1862. From here at Malmsbury, the train now enters the longest uninterrupted part of today's journey. We will pass through several now closed railway stations, but the next stop's actually going to be Castlemaine, which is approximately 23 kilometres from here at Malmsbury. And just like that, we're now well and truly in the Goldfields region of Victoria, and we'll soon be arriving in the small town of Castlemaine. Castlemaine has a population of around 7,500 people, and Castlemaine railway station was first opened in 1862. From here at Castlemaine, we're now approximately 127 kilometres from where we began today's journey at Southern Cross. From here at Castlemaine, it's now going to be a solid 32 kilometre or so journey to the penultimate stop on today's journey, which is a southern suburb of Bendigo called Kangaroo Flat. And just like that, welcome to the southern outskirts of the regional city of Bendigo. Shortly we're going to be arriving into Kangaroo Flat railway station, which is located approximately 5 kilometres southwest of Bendigo's central business district. Now as we leave Kangaroo Flat railway station, our 1 hour and 50 minute journey today on the line is nearly coming to an end. Bendigo railway station's only about a few minutes along from here now, or approximately 5 kilometres away.
Shortly will be Bendigo. Once again, for those passengers going through to Echuca, you will need to change here at Bendigo. The train to Echuca will go from platform number 2 at the scheduled time of 10 minutes past 1.
And just like that, welcome to the regional gold mining city of Bendigo. It's located approximately 150 kilometres northwest of Melbourne, which is the state capital of Victoria, where we just started from today. Bendigo is a fairly large regional centre here in Victoria. That is the 4th largest city in Victoria. It has a population of 103,000 people. It's actually the 4th largest inland city in Australia as well. 19th largest city in Australia overall. First founded in 1851 off the back of the Victorian gold rush. This city very much is the main centre of the Loddon Malle region of the northwest goldfields region of Victoria. Very interesting city to visit. Quite similar in history and architecture to Ballarat, which is approximately 98 kilometres away. Bendigo really is a great place to visit for a day trip like I did today. Some really magnificent buildings, architecture, museums, lots of things to see and do here, especially pertaining to the history of the gold rush. So yeah, if you've got a day to spare when visiting Melbourne, definitely worth hopping on a V-Line train and exploring regional cities such as Ballarat and indeed Bendigo like I have today. Also got a V-Line review out to Ballarat as well, so be sure to check that one out on the channel as well. Just before we wrap up today's V-Line train review, a little bit about Bendigo railway station itself. Really grand old railway station, this one. First opened in 1862. Obviously services the Bendigo line, which continues on to the suburb of Eaglehawk. Some services also continue to Epsom. Also services the Ushea and Swan Hill lines. Inside the terminal building, you'll also find a small cafe in the waiting area. There's also a ticket office there as well. From here at Bendigo Railway Station, you also find V-Line coach connections from here to elsewhere in regional Victoria. You also find the bus station out the front for local bus services all throughout Bendigo. If you wanted to walk into the centre of the city, it's approximately 1 kilometre from here, or about 15 minutes by walking.
And just like that, welcome to Bendigo here in regional Victoria. Great trip today with a V-Line. Very smooth trip, the old V-Line VLocity class trains. Very smooth, hour and 50-minute journey covering the 150 kilometres. So pretty fast, pretty smooth, very comfortable commuter style railway line this one. Very frequent service, pretty well every hour. So yeah, great service today on V-Line, very comfortable journey. Best part about it as well is that it's only $10. Will get you there and back. So we'll recommend it. If you are in Melbourne as a visitor, you can definitely do it as a day trip, hour and 50 minutes to get there, an hour and 50 to get back, and then a couple of hours in Bendigo. So yeah, rainy day like today, well worth getting out of the city and seeing a bit of the countryside. So thank you very much for watching today's V-Line review as we've travelled all the way from Melbourne's bustling Southern Cross railway station out to the regional city of Bendigo. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, really appreciate to like the video, leave your comments down below what you think of V-Line VLocity services here in Victoria. Most importantly, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell and notification button, whatever brings you to the channel. Really appreciate it. If you haven't already, really appreciate it. Just hit that subscribe button. Really motivates me to produce better and better content for you guys in 2024. Also, don't forget to visit my website, aussiejetsetter.com.au, for the latest in flight reviews, industry news, destination guides, frequent flight hacks and more. Until next one, from Bendigo, thanks very much for watching and safe travels wherever that might take you.